right? It's your madman. Something I've said before on my other socials, and something I'll continue to say, right? So we've just had the first anniversary celebrations or whatever of the October the 7th attack in Israel last year. Whilst I agree that it was an absolutely disgusting event that happened, a disgusting thing that the Hamas did in Israel in attacking a concert, taking 200 odd people hostage, killing whatever they did, whichever way around it was. Whilst I agree that that was an absolutely disgusting act of violence, terrorism, no excuses for anything that they did. And I agree that, like we Brits did with the IRA in the 70s and 80s, into the 90s, we had to have a go at the IRA. We had to fight back. However, what's becoming ridiculously, increasingly obvious what's become over the course of the year, is that Israel isn't just attacking Hamas. And the latest example of it is they've attacked or hit a school in Palestine, in Gaza. And they've hit a school that had, that they told people to go that way too, like they have done several times during their, and I'm going to call it as it is, their genocidal attack on the Palestinian people. They've hit a school and killed 20 people. How many times have they accidentally, or a rogue missile has gone and hit a food convoy, a Red Cross convoy, schools, places where they've told people to move from the south to the north, or north to the south, and then they've gone and bombed them places. They're doing it in Lebanon as well. They're telling people in Beirut to move to different areas, and then they're attacking them areas. And like I say, I'll go back to the beginning. October the 7th was an horrific terrorist attack on the people of Israel, and also other nationals that was at that rave. I mean, why you'd go to a rave in Israel, I don't know, but that's beside the point. Some people did. So the October the 7th attack was disgusting. It was a disgusting act of terrorism by Hamas. But what Israel have done since, and what they're trying to do in Lebanon, and what they're going to go and try and do in other countries in that area, other states in the Middle East, basically they want to erode every other nationality or statesmanship or whatever they call it over there. You can't hide away from the fact that what they are doing is genocide. It's far worse than anything you've ever seen. As well, anything you've ever seen in recent memory. The Germans, when they put the Jews into the concentration camps, rightly called out as genocidal, trying to wipe the Jewish face out. But it's kind of ironic that the Jewish race is now trying to wipe out the Palestinian race. So we've got to start looking down the line at this. We've got to start looking down the fact that what Israel are doing is wrong now. To bomb a school, to bomb a food convoy, to bomb medical aid stations, as they have done. It's got to be said, and it's got to be put clear, that Israel are now the war criminals of the world. They're way worse than what Putin's doing in Ukraine, or it's like, that was funny as well. Putin attacked a nuclear power station in Russia, and he was called out as a war criminal and this and that and the other. Zelensky then ordered an attack on a Russian nuclear power station, and the world was like, yay, well done, you've got to defend yourself. We've got such double standards when it comes to these things. Such hypocrisy across the Western world when it comes to who we think is right and wrong, and who are we to decide. So, as much as I felt for Israel, going back to it, on October the 7th last year, 2023, as much as I felt for them and the people that was affected, I've lost all compassion, all caring for them, based on the fact that they do not care who they kill. And it's not defending their country anymore. It's not defending their country. It's not looking after their people or looking after their interest. Well, it is, in the sense that their interest is to take over the whole of the Middle East again. And the history of the Middle East is probably for another video. So just be careful who you support, be careful which media system you listen to. Even some of the non-mainstream media are so... I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of Islam, I'm not a fan of the Islamists or the Muslims or anything like that, but some of the mainstream media, some of the non-mainstream media are actually having a go at them. And I just think it's wrong. I think it's all wrong on all levels, because at the end of the day, Benjamin Netanyahu, whoever's in charge of Palestine, whoever's in charge of Russia, whoever's in charge of the Ukraine or whatever, will die, and that land will still be there. Until one person presses that big red button, which is getting very, very likely now, and it could be anybody. And we're all in shit street. Peace, hopefully see you soon.